We are less than 4 weeks away from WrestleMania 42. And we got the return of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns in all the best ways. Let's talk about it right here in Alyx's World. Hello all and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Monday Night RAW review, recap, reaction for March 23rd, 2026. Now, next week, I'm expecting to be an even bigger episode because that is live at Madison Square Garden. And I think, hopefully I'm right, that's the night we should get our full WrestleMania card. I'm starting to see everything come into focus now. It feels like, although WWE took their sweet time, we're finally seeing the WrestleMania card take shape. We're finally getting the idea of, okay, he's going to fight him, she's going to fight her, this match is getting ready to happen, we're going to take this team, put them over here. You're seeing where everyone's going, right? And my biggest issue with WWE until tonight was, I have no idea what we're doing. I can speculate, I can fantasy book, but for the longest time, I had no idea where this show was going. I can confidently say, yeah, I have an idea of what WrestleMania looks like, and I like it. I like it. Roman Reigns snapped on CM Punk tonight, but here's the thing. He was egged on by Jey Uso. Jey Uso has become the wild card, how do you put this? He's that element that's not defined, an undefined element in the entire storyline. I see that they want to take him back to his old roots, the bloodline Jey Uso, which is much needed, by the way. But this feels different. They're doing something else with this reunion of the bloodline. Jimmy Uso is the voice of reason. Jey Uso is the erratic, crazy one. Roman seems to be one that's conflicted. He's the one that seems to be questioning himself, which is interesting. Because when it was the old school bloodline, Roman was focused, Jimmy was the voice of reason, and Jey was the one that was erratic and seemingly the one that was conflicted. So I'm very curious to see where all this is going. Maybe we'll have a better idea of what they're doing after next week. Because Roman will I think he will be here next week. Matter of fact, Brock's going to be here next week. Roman's going to be here next week. I think, what's the Raw after the 30th? What's the date on that Raw? I think that's the 6th, right? Yeah, so we won't get Brock or Roman on the 6th. I don't think. And then we'll see them again the week of WrestleMania. So they'll take a break that week, and then April 13th, they'll both be back, which is interesting. So whatever the hell they're going to do, I'm expecting it to really be big. Because while I enjoyed this week's ending a lot more than last week was, even I'll tell you, it was not good. You're old. What the hell? Roman, you're 41. Punk is 48. You're not that much older than him. You're not that much younger, not that much younger than him. Even CM Punk said, yeah, I don't mind looking old. At least I don't dye my beard. Unlike Roman. That was messed up. But no, I had a feeling that originally they were going to have Roman mock CM Punk's dog, his dead dog. And maybe CM Punk said, let's not do that. And then they went with old instead, I guess. But regardless, I like how they turned it around this week. Let's get more physical as time goes by. I don't mind CM Punk dropping a serious old school style pipe bomb on Roman one good time before his match at WrestleMania. Would love to see that. But outside of a pipe bomb, nah, throw hands. Let's start throwing hands now. Enough talking. This needs to feel like the WrestleMania main event that it's being presented as. I'm not saying that it doesn't feel like the WrestleMania main event. It honestly is the blockbuster match of the entire 2-night event. It's the biggest match with the biggest names. I'm still waiting for it to meet expectations, because when you think CM Punk and Roman Reigns, you have this expectation in your head. We all have this expectation in our minds of what they should be doing, what you're expecting from them. I can't really say, this is just my opinion, I can't honestly say they've been living up to my expectations. Not saying that the feud is bad, that what they're doing is not worth our time. I've been enjoying it. But when you think about WrestleMania main event, in comparison, even just last year, Cena and Cody, the promos leading up to that, the heel turn, man, it was like, holy shit, let's go. Get me to WrestleMania, right? The year before that was Cody versus Roman with The Rock. Get me to WrestleMania. I don't have that feeling just yet with Roman and CM Punk. The match should be great. I'm enjoying what they're doing. I haven't gotten that promo yet that says, oh my God, get me to WrestleMania. So hopefully we get that in the next few weeks. You know what is making me feel that way? Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar has me by the heels. I was going to see a different body part, but let's not go there. Look, Oba Femi is a megastar in the making. They have found lightning in the bottle with Oba Femi. His reactions every week are absolutely insane. And just like last week, Brock Lesnar sold the fuck out of his attack. Oba came out looking strong. And a lot of people are worried, does that mean Brock is going to win? No. Let's keep this in mind. Brock was dominated by Drew McIntyre all the way up to their match at WrestleMania. Brock barely got anything over Drew. Keep that in mind. And he still lost. So just because Brock is overselling now doesn't mean he has to win at WrestleMania. Matter of fact, keep this in mind. Brock is somebody, if he doesn't like you, you will look weak. Case in point, Dean Ambrose. Hey, he was mentioned tonight, so let's talk about him. Dean Ambrose, WrestleMania, it was 2016, right? So that's WrestleMania 32. WrestleMania 32. We all said this match is going to be chaotic. This match is going to be nuts. Hardcore mania. Brock literally just ran through Dean Ambrose. Not at one point did Dean Ambrose look strong at all against Brock Lesnar. Jon Moxley versus Brock Lesnar on paper should have been, I won't say CZW types of levels of violence, or at least ECW levels of violence. I just was hoping for more. What we got was a massacre. Brock ran through Dean Ambrose. He looked weak. That's Brock Lesnar. If he doesn't like you, you will not look strong. Rey Mysterio, when he fought Rey Mysterio at Survivor Series, what year was that? Was that 2019? 2019. Rey looked incredible against Brock. Brock will oversell for you. He will make you look like $1 million if he likes you. He likes Oba. And I think he's already made up in his mind that he's here to put over Oba Femi. So I can rest assure all of you right now, I think we're going to get the outcome that we should get. In my head, Oba goes over in that match. I think that's what we're going to get. I have yet to see anything that indicates otherwise. You don't have Brock Lesnar overselling the fuck out of Oba just for him to beat him. Paul Heyman went out there and said, Oba Femi is overhyped. Okay, he's overhyped, then he loses. Okay, he is overhyped. That buries him. No. If Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are saying this guy is overhyped, people think he's big and bad, but he's not really, and then they go in and beat him at WrestleMania to prove them right, that buries Oba. They have to have Oba go over now. He should be going over. That's the right thing to do. And anyone trying to argue otherwise, I don't think you understand how wrestling works. In this instance, Oba needs to go over, and I think he is going over. I put money on it. I bet good money. I'll bet my house. I'll bet this house that Oba's going over, based off of the way they're telling the story, as they should. But on top of those two storylines, we have other stories coming into place here. Apparently, AJ Lee and Becky Lynch are having a match at WrestleMania, as we all thought they would. Took a while for them to get that going, but they got here. And I'll be biased. I'll be honest and biased. I love both women. I enjoy their work, regardless of what others are saying. There are real expectations for this match, right? When you think blockbuster female wrestling match, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch is up there. We've seen them wrestle. Their matches have been good. Not great, not amazing. WrestleMania, it needs to be good, and it needs to be amazing. That is the standard, because this isn't just your average match anymore, right? This is WrestleMania. The expectations are a lot higher. And if Becky and AJ can't meet that standard, they're going to be in trouble. Even Becky Lynch tells you she's a totally different person, a totally different level of performer when it comes to WrestleMania. I still remember Becky versus Bianca Belair, which stole the show. That stole the weekend. WrestleMania 38, easily. If we get that Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, this could be a sleeper. I'm also hoping that over the next few weeks, this gets a bit more personal. Enough with the quirky, nerdy promos, which, fine. Leading into Chamber, now it needs to stay personal. This needs to feel legit. And I think AJ and Becky understand that. So I hope we're in safe hands. For sure. We saw Finn Balor come back tonight. He basically screwed Dominik Mysterio out of the IC title. So Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio, WrestleMania. Do we get the Demon? I'm fine with them doing the Demon. Can we do a different Demon? That's my only thing. Don't do the same Demon. Do a different version of the Demon. Like, I would like to see Finn Balor have, like, ooh, what's that character that, well, I was going to say Dante from Devil May Cry, but no, there's another character that houses different demons inside of him, and each demon has a different personality, and each one has its own style and own fighting style. I'll find it later. But that's what Finn Balor should be. Whatever demon comes, he embodies that demon, and it's a different fighting style every single time. Would love to see that. Get back to that Finn Balor. For sure. The women's division, taking shape. We got Asuka possibly fighting Io Sky, as we were all predicting would happen for WrestleMania, but they went away and then did this thing where Io was getting into it with Raquel Rodriguez, which they're going to end next week. So that frees up Io Sky to fight Asuka for WrestleMania. And yes, Kairi Sane will be involved. It's for Kairi. The storyline is about saving Kairi Sane from Asuka. Simple enough. I buy it. What makes this work is the fact that Asuka and Io Sky have only had one match against each other. Just one match. What was that, 2024? It was when Io Sky was champion. So no, that was 2023. When did Asuka fight Asuka? When did Asuka fight Io? It was either 2024 or 2023. I think it was 2023. So almost 3 years ago. And some change. Yeah, they've only had one match together. They're running it back at WrestleMania. This is going to be great. And with Kairi involved, and Kairi's going to turn on Asuka, that's going to be just fine. Doesn't need a belt. Bayley and Lyra are getting involved with the tag team championship feud. I guess it's going to be a 4-way. That sounds like a lot. Anyone else just feel like that sounds like a lot? Bella's, Charlotte Flair, Alexa, Bayley, Lyra, and then the Irresistible Forces, brother. I don't know. It could work. It just sounds just a little bit convoluted. Not saying that none of this is worth our time. I'm just kind of hoping that we're not just throwing them all into one match because we need them on the card, right? So hopefully they can make that work. Yeah, I think WWE is starting to pull things together. I'm not going to sit here and say that Raw was the perfect show or it was a great show to watch even. No, it still has its issues, right? SmackDown and Raw seem to be suffering from this aura of sameness. Nothing different's happening. And I'm waiting for them to get out of it. Like, do something different. Like, mix it up. Make it feel fresh. Maybe that's why Oba Femi and Brock feel so special, because it is something different. And it stands out. And we know it's different. It feels different. They present it as something different. Can we do that with the rest of the show? Right? Can we just mix it up? Just a little bit. That's just what I feel. So, yeah, I'm not going to hold you. If you saw Raw, there were some things to like about it. If you missed it, just catch the clips on YouTube. You'll be okay. If I was to give it a grade, B-. I'll be generous to say B-. Solid. Wasn't anything like I would go out of my way to watch twice. But I was happy I saw it. So let's go ahead and get to this review where I give my thoughts on the entire show. And we will definitely dig a little bit more deeper into the stories they have. Thank you all so much for joining me. You could be anywhere here in the YouTube space. You joining me, I'm grateful for that. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. Give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the chickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on you. Can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live in the air, email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm Just Alyx t-shirt. Hot the press. Also, get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned, join the cause, expand the brand today right here in Alyx's World. When you're in my way. Thank you to the sponsors of this broadcast, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is here to give you a discount on any ticket purchases by using my promo code, JustAlyx, at checkout. If you were to get on Monday Night Raw, a SmackDown, a WrestleMania, you're going to need it. Trust me. If you want those tickets, I suggest you get it off of SeatGeek, because you can use my promo code, JustAlyx, for $20. I said $20 off any ticket purchase. So if that's something you're interested in, how's about we get a quick word from our sponsors before we get to some shout-outs. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you're a wrestling fan looking for access to great seats for any wrestling event near you, then you want to use this app. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek stands as the unrivaled #1 ticketing app in the market today. SeatGeek constantly delivers incredible deals on ticket prices. When you're exploring the app, keep an eye out for the special green dots that mark the best deals. What's even better is that every ticket you purchase is backed by SeatGeek's buyer guarantee, with the option to return your tickets and even swap them before the events. So here's an exclusive for you. If you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlyx, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Yes, $20 off any ticket that you purchase using the promo code JustAlyx. This is a sweet deal that you could use literally right now. So don't wait. Click the link, download the app, and join the SeatGeek family today. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. Show your love to the Mod Squad, Ultra, Shine out Sapphire Star Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Highway, Danger, Dylan Danger, Teflon Don, The Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, Big MGM, and of course, Mrs. Firestar Heart, Angel, Holland, back! They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Yes, the International Superchat title is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know, if you want to be the champ, you just gotta donate the most money. The person to donate the most money by the end of the stream will be the champion. Now, I haven't seen the current champ at all so far. The current champ is, of course, Omar Feliciano. But he might pop up, drop a quick 50 and be done with it. But regardless, if you want his belt, be the first one to donate. El Campeon, ladies and gentlemen, is the... Well, there he is. He just showed up. As soon as I say his name. Say his name, man. El Campeon is in the building. Brendan Watson, Captain Brendan Watson, says, unfortunately, I won't be competing, because I think he's going to a wrestling convention, right? Yeah, he says, unfortunately, I won't be competing for the international title tonight. I'm going to a wrestling convention in Indianapolis this weekend, saving up for that. Hey, man, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Dude, we got plenty of Mondays. We got plenty of Mondays until WrestleMania. So you can always do it again next week. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But regardless of who's taking on Omar Feliciano, he's still defending his belt tonight. So the captain might be taking a break. That doesn't mean the rest of the chat will be taking a break. I also see a couple of heavy hitters. So let's see what ends up happening. All right, so those are the rules. Let's get the shout outs in. Here we go. Who do I see here at the top? Number one, coming in hot is Trey Lucado. Young Money Trey Lucado. Man, oh man, that Punk promo was wild. 9 out of 10. Really enjoyed that ending, I see. I see JJ, who let the dogs out? Ooh, JJ Bulldog disagrees. He says, the only thing I liked was the Oba versus Brock segment. Seth getting arrested and that ending. That's it. Oh, never mind. He liked the ending. I thought he was going to disagree and say, the only thing I liked was Brock and Oba. No, he liked a lot of stuff. Just 3 segments, though. Game Shock. Hilariously long segment at the end. It's automatically a B+. Okay. So he really enjoyed that. He says he wants the FAF5 show. So FAFO, FAF5. I like that. Speaking of heavy hitters, SDK says, good episode of Monday Night Raw. Interesting how Roman was listening to Jay. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was a crazy call, a crazy way to end it with Jay motivating Roman. That's, shouldn't it be the other way around? Steve Callen says, hey, that Raw ending was crazy. Let's see here. Mr. Matrix, what's up, Alyx? What's good, Mr. Matrix? Good to have you here, sir. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Super Blue, 6520. I see Alfredo Leva, 27. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. King AJ, Your Highness, King AJ. Not to be confused with Your Goatness, Lauren Biggs. Speaking of a heavy hitter, you never know when Miss Lauren Biggs is going to cash in, because she might take a title at any time. Dawsey Chatham, why would CM Punk with his Beavis and Butthead hair get mad over being called old? No, seriously. Like, it was a dumb line. It's even more dumb the more you think about it. But they turned it around this week. By the way, Dawsey Chatham, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good to have you here, sir. Let's see here. Who else we got? Just gonna scroll down a little bit more. Let me see my Webby Wrestling. Webby Wrestling Mania 42 is just a show that is filled with matches. Not a lot of it feels special this year. You got a couple of things in there that yeah, warrant the WrestleMania feeling, but I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong. If I'm being honest with you. Omar Feliciano is like, where is Noel? I don't know, say his name. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Noel Jimenez. I believe in Noel Jimenez. That doesn't work as well. I believe in Noel. That don't work either. We'll figure it out. I believe in Noel. There it is. I believe in Noel. Maybe he'll show up then. The Botch Twins, because they botch a lot. Bye-bye. Interesting. Let's not forget about former Super Chat World Champion, the Chosen One, the Young Wiccan. When he's in the building, you the twos, and he's the one. I am number one. Did you notice that Roman Reigns does his gray in his bed with CM Punk says that he does not use just for men like Roman does? Yeah, I saw that. That was a good line. By the way, Sean Swaby, baby, also into his house. Good to have you here. Yeah, let's see what happens. Brendan Watson has essentially said he's not competing tonight. So get your donations in. All donations help out with the channel. And whoever has the most money. Let me see here. Alyx, let me date Nikki Bella. I don't care. You can have her. I will not be fawning over anything with the last name Bella. So you can have her. By the end of the stream, we will definitely see what's going on. Someone said 3 Diggers is somewhere giving out bombs. Someone said they saw 3 Diggers on a different stream. Y'all can go see wherever person y'all said he was on. Maybe he's back over there. Who knows? Maybe if you say his name, he'll appear over here. You gotta say his name, y'all. Say his name and he appears. I believe in 3 Diglets. Where the hell is 3 Diglets? Sorry, that was mean. Probably not gonna show up now. All right, well, I think that's about it. We said enough people's names. So let me go ahead and move things along, get to this review. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day, no matter where you are, wherever you may be. Monday Night Raw was live in Boston, sold out to the brim. Those tickets went really fast. And I think what's helping these shows sell out is the fact that ticket prices are a lot cheaper. Well, honestly, yes, but what really did it was that 3/16 day, 31% off, 31.6% off. That's what sold out this arena and the upcoming Raws and SmackDowns. But good for them. They had a good crowd tonight. The show itself, They opened up with Brock and Paul. Paul letting people know that Oba is overhyped, downplaying his hype. What did Oba do? He came out and said, "Oh, you didn't know? Well, your daddy is home." Oba walks out, music blaring. Music is drowned out by the crowd chanting his name. This man is a fucking megastar. Everywhere I'm seeing the Oba strut, the Oba walk, that thing's hot now. Gets inside the ring. Brock gets ready to F5. F5. Oba escapes and hits a sweet clothesline on Brock that sends him careening over the top rope, and Brock sold that like his soul left his body. That shit was amazing. And then we see Brock yelling and cowering away from Oba. So they're keeping Oba strong. They're protecting him. Good. So I'll be real with you. I'm a little bit nervous. Can I be real with you? Although I did that big talk earlier about, Oba's gonna beat Brock. I can't sit here and pretend that I'm not nervous. There is a side of me that's like, God, I really hope they don't fuck this up, right? I can't be the only person that's scared that WWE might fumble this. They have a lightning in the bottle. They have a lightning in the bottle with Oba Femi. His reactions are monstrous, and every arena is chanting his name loud. Like, it's easily the most over wrestler we have right now in WWE. Which makes me nervous, because I'm scared they're not going to be able to capitalize on it, right? They have something here special. Don't mess this up. Oba Femi is a mega star in the making, and Brock Lesnar knows he is. That's why Brock is overselling everything that he does. So, let's hope creative is there for him after WrestleMania. I'm not worried about WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to be WrestleMania. WrestleMania, they're either going to have him lose to Brock, and then they'll figure out a way to get back to him and Brock and have him beat Brock later, or he's going to beat Brock, and then we have a different problem, a better problem. If he beats Brock, then it's like, well, who beats him? You can't just have Oba lose to anybody now. He has to beat everybody he faces, which means he has to win the championship. Right? They have to treat him like Goldberg. That could be a reason why they have Oba lose. Maybe not lose. Maybe they end it in a double fall, double count. What do you call that? Double KO. No one wins. Draw. Whatever the fuck. Maybe they do that. And then run it back at SummerSlam where Oba actually beats Brock. But you know, because Oba is so over, Oba has to win a world title, right? So we'll see what they do. They got to have something for him. Something for him after WrestleMania. Tag team match, Usos versus Division. Match itself was solid, but no one cares about the match. What they care about is, what's everybody saying? LA Knight. What the hell is he doing for WrestleMania? What is he going to do for WrestleMania? Because think about it. Is he going to have a match against... Well, he's not going to end up having a match against Logan Paul or Austin Theory, because the vision is Usos versus Logan and Austin, right? Because they're having a match next week. I'm assuming they're winning the tag titles, and then we do the rematch at WrestleMania, right? Okay. What does LA Knight do? Maybe you have LA Knight interfere in that match and help the Usos retain, and then we do LA Knight versus Logan Paul or something like that. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But what was interesting about this match is how the Vision won, because the Vision did win. LA Knight slides in brass knuckles, and Jey Uso, without thinking about it, without blinking, uses the brass knuckles and loses the match by DQ. And then the referee announces it. He goes back inside the ring and knocks out Logan Paul. Yeah, he knocked out both Austin Theory and Logan Paul with the brass knucks. He's changing. He's feeding into his darkness. A much more aggressive Jey Uso, which I like. I actually like that. So let's see what they do. I'm curious to know how this plays into the overall story between Roman and Punk, because he's clearly calling the shots now. He called the shots this week. So let's see what they do. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee had a pretty good promo. Had Becky go out there, essentially said she killed the Divas era, how she left for 10 months, but she did that because people got sick of her. And then she realized, no, when I come back, I'm going to take what's mine. But at least I came back. AJ Lee, unfortunately, left and didn't come back for 11 years. So who wants this more? Basically burying her. Not like burying her, but essentially making her feel like she's not really worth the fans' time. And she's just using the business for her own, for her own needs. And that's when AJ came out and said, you know what? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your ass. I know what you're saying. I know what you're doing. You're only saying that crap because you're trying to get me inside the ring at WrestleMania. So I'm going to just give you what you want. Let's do it. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. I think this is going to be good. I think they need to sweeten up the deal a bit more, right? They need to really kick it into the next gear. I'm very curious to know, and this is just me, I'm curious to know how personal this gets, right? Because we need them to be able to stand out on this WrestleMania card that's shaping up to be pretty crazy. And so I am a bit concerned that by the time we get to WrestleMania, that this will probably feel secondary. So hopefully they'll be able to add some more heat to their match, right? So let's see what they do. I am curious to know how personal this gets. I trust both women know that there are high expectations for this match. I think they're going to deliver. I expect them to deliver. We'll have to see. You know who delivered? Javon Evans. Javon Evans took on the man that was cast last week. Grayson Waller got cast and he lost. Javon Evans hit an awesome top rope Hurricane Rana, followed by an OG cutter. Javon, I said before, he's essentially WWE's answer to Will Ospreay. He's just younger and has a lot more potential. So let's see what Javon can do. I think he's going to be phenomenal. He should win a championship before the year's over with. Before the year's over with, for sure. Paul Heyman, after Brock basically got embarrassed, decided to come out once again and bait Seth Rollins. He called out Seth Rollins and said, you know what? I'm going to fight you man to man because I'm sick of being a victim. Seth takes the bait, goes out, and cops arrest Seth Rollins. Cops end up arresting him. And then Paul Heyman says, real men use litigation. Real men use the courts. And I'm going to embarrass you, take all your money, and make your wife leave you. And then she'll become a whore in the locker room. And then I'll take care of the kids. And then Seth said, oh, no, you didn't. Breaks away from the cops, knocks down Paul Heyman. And then Seth gets carried away by cops. So, let's get to it. Anyone else think that Braun Breaker comes back next week? Am I the only one that feels like they did this to set up Braun Breaker returning at Madison Square Garden? Then we get Seth versus Braun at WrestleMania. That would be crazy. I gotta see that match. Seth versus Braun at WrestleMania would cook. Put some spice on it. Hell yeah. Oh, that would be so good. Braun versus Seth. Ooh, Nelly. We gotta get it. I likes it. And I wants it. Anyways. This is good storytelling. Very easy to see what they want to do. Hopefully, this is leading to Seth versus Braun, though. I'm a little bit concerned. We see LA Knight talking to the Usos backstage. And again, they're going back to their old school bloodline roots. I have no idea what LA Knight's going to do. But as the Usos are walking away, they show a trailer. Guess whose face is on that trailer? Because it wasn't Cody Rhodes. The face was The Rock. And you got people going, does that mean The Rock is coming back? Huh? Well, here's the thing. I've already predicted that The Rock was going to come back because I predict they're going to do Rock versus Roman next year in Saudi Arabia. So, that goes without saying. I'm almost certain that the plan is to do Rock and Roman next year. So, how are we going to set that up if he doesn't appear? He's definitely, for show, going to make an appearance somehow, some way. So, we'll see. People saw that trailer and went, oof, what does that mean? I do have this question, though. So, if The Rock comes back, does he get involved with Cody and Randy? Or does he get involved with Rock and CM Punk? Or both? He could do both. What's stopping him from doing both? Someone said The Rock is like Ricky Bobby's dad. He comes every 10 years. Yikes. That hurt. Pain in the membrane. The Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka, took on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So, the match itself was good. Of course, Kairi took a bullet for Asuka and ended up losing the match for her team. Asuka gets pissed off, despite the fact that Kairi is doing everything for Asuka, and Asuka's like, you always lose, it's all your fault, make it feel better, make me feel better, make it up to me. And then Kairi is just sitting there distraught, and then Io walks in and goes, I feel like you... Okay, I'm not gonna do that to her. I love Io. But her acting is robotic. Her acting's not great. It's not great. She needs to take acting classes. But Io is just like, I think you need to leave Asuka. Stop letting her push you around. At this point, just have her speak in Japanese. Have her speak in Japanese and put subtitles. And I mean that. It would have worked a lot better. But yeah, Kairi is cracking, and Io feels sorry for her. She's coming to save her. And then she turns around to meet Raquel, and then they're going to have a match next week. And Io's like, you are... I'm fucking with you. She's like, you're on. So, this is pretty much setting up Kairi, Asuka, Io for WrestleMania. Io versus Asuka for Kairi's freedom. That match should cook. I'm excited about that match. That should be good. Please do it for WrestleMania. Have Kairi turn on Asuka. That's going to be so good. IC title match. Penta! Cesaro Miedo taking on Dominik Mysterio. Before the match start, we see Liv walking out with her boyfriend and getting attacked by Stephanie Vaquer. And they beat the fuck out of each other. When she pushed over Liv and she hit the steel ramp like head first, and then you see her toss Stephanie into the stage, and then they go back into the gorilla position, and they're screaming, like screeching. It's a straight up cat fight. It was delicious. In all the best ways. Then we get Penta versus Dominik Mysterio. We all saw this was leading to Finn Balor's interference. It was. He interfered to help Penta retain the IC title. The match itself was fine. Very fast paced. Finn Balor goes to attack Dom, but JD McDonough saves Dom. And so Finn will probably end up fighting JD McDonough before WrestleMania. Sounds good to me. Sounds great to me. And then we're going to get Finn versus Dom at WrestleMania with the Demon? Question mark? We'll see. We shall definitely see. Is there anything else? There was a segment with IShowSpeed and Danhausen, where Danhausen looked at IShowSpeed and said, guess what, bitch? You are cast. So cursed him, and so I'm guessing next week Braun Breaker shows up and spears the fuck out of IShowSpeed. Can't wait for it. That's gonna be great. We'll see. I'm not putting too much stock into seeing Braun Breaker next week, but I think the reason why they had IShowSpeed show up and get cursed is because Braun Breakers are showing. It's because a Braun Breakers are showing. It's because a Braun Breakers are showing. He's showing up next week. So, yeah, I think outside of that, we're going to go ahead and get to the main event segment. So, the ending segment had Mr. CM Punk show up with a mic. He gets inside the ring. He addresses Roman Reigns calling him old. And rightfully so, he said it was stupid. He said, you're not that much younger than me. I'm not the one that has to use whatever the fuck for men to hide the gray on my beard. Oof. Yikes. But Punk said, yeah, I'm old. I'm glad to be old. I'm proud to be old. Reminds myself of Terry Funk, the living legend Terry Funk, as he should. Good stuff. And then he said, this old man knocked your ass down, knocked you on your ass last week. So, watch what you say, son. And then he talks about Jey Uso being the one pulling the strings. And then, right on cue, Jey Uso walks out there. Right? Jey Uso walks out there. He's all like, bitch, I'm gonna need you to keep my family's name out your mouth before I pimp slap that ass. And then Jimmy comes out. And then Jay is like, what the fuck is Roman? And Punk's like, yeah, what the fuck is Roman at? Goddamn, I was hoping to see him. Roman's music hits, big pop. He comes out. He turns to the Usos and goes, hey, you got the tag titles on lock? Cool. Get the fuck out of my ring. The Usos go to leave. Jay slips through Jimmy, goes to attack Punk. Punk knocks Jay on his ass. Jimmy goes to be like, hey, bitch, don't touch my brother. And then Roman, boom, Superman punch. Knocks out Punk, right? And then Punk is down. Roman goes to leave. And that's when Jay's like, nah, get your ass back in there and beat his up. Beat his ass up. Beat his ass up. Get your ass back in there, beat his ass. And then Roman, like right on cue, says, all right, bitch, spear! And then he just snaps. He goes crazy, starts beating up Punk, hits the shield powerbomb through the table, becomes like this savage of a Samoan, and then walks away like, what the fuck was that? What just happened? And then while he's walking away, Punk is laughing. We see Punk laughing at the attack. Nice touch. That was a callback to last week. After Punk got called old and then he lost his shit and knocked down Roman. And Roman's like, cut. I'm in your head, son. So it's a nice tie back. So, like I said, we got next Monday. We got 4 weeks. So Monday and then leading into WrestleMania. There's 4 weeks left. So let me see. Let me see how many Mondays that is. 1, 2, 3 Mondays. We got 3 Mondays. They need to just start fighting. Okay, look, if Punk wants to cut a pipe bomb at some point, fine. It should be all hands now. All hands on deck, but seriously, all hands. All hands for Monday Night Raw going forward. This feud needs to just kick it up into the next gear. Just start fighting. I remember when Brock Lesnar and Undertaker was building to SummerSlam, and they had that wild-ass brawl that took the entire locker room to separate them. That's what needs to happen. I need to see that. Because this is WrestleMania, right? This is the WrestleMania main event. I need to see that. So you give me your thoughts about that, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all feeling about that? So there you go. That's Monday Night Raw. You know, I'm not going to hate on it. It was solid. There were enough good things in there to at least let me know what we're getting for WrestleMania. But, yeah, it wasn't a show I would recommend you go out of your way to see. So, let's see what happens, right? Give me your thoughts about Monday Night Raw. How are you feeling about WrestleMania? How are you feeling about where we're heading to in terms of hype, in terms of, you know, your overall excitement? You have the floor. It is your show now. Okay, so I guess no one's donating tonight. Wow, so no one's going to donate. I guess Omar is going to retain. Y'all saving your money for WrestleMania or what? Maybe I should get Three Diglets back in here. When Three Diglets is here, it's like, it be flowing. Like, I would have to be like, all right, pause. But when Three Diglets is not here, it's like, nobody donates. Come on, y'all. Something about Three Diglets. When he's here, that money just be coming. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, baby. I feel it coming. But give me your scores, give me your grades. How we feeling about Raw? Lauren Biggs, for no reason was the perfect time for Trick Williams to have come out to whoop that trick at the end. That would have been nice. Yeah, thank you. It is Hatengu from Demon Slayer. I appreciate that. That's what I was thinking. He was housing different forms of demons. I appreciate that. JJ Bulldog, he says, I hate to say this, but now that IShowSpeed Speed is here, he's making it feel like WrestleMania. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Noel said wait till Monday. Did Noel show up tonight? He didn't show up at all. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Noel Jimenez. Where's Three Diglets and Noel? Just so that I can commentate with Three Kings. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're all taking a break because A&B Combos is taking a break. So everyone said probably in the SeatGeek stream. Everyone is bringing up SeatGeek. I think we looked at him last week, right? And he had those. Let me go over the SeatGeek stream. Let me see what's going on with C-Jax. Because everyone is like, C-Jax is, did he even go live? Is he even live right now? He is live. Okay. Yep. Three Diggers is over there. And yep, he's dropping bombs. Three Diggers is over on the C-Jax stream right now, and he is donating. Man, that's where everybody is now, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is, y'all. Good for him. And again, like, I'm not gonna hate on C-Jax. I'm not that dude where I'm just like, nobody should be donating to anyone but me. But like, it is what it is, man. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, and I'm going to bring in the people that support me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just pretend to not like a show just to get people to donate. So, I'm not saying C-Jax is hating on the show too, but like, man. Yeah, you guys are right. He's over there. He's over there dropping bombs, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what they end up doing. He has a lot of people watching him. He's like 1.1. Jesus Christ. And he has as many subscribers as me. What am I doing wrong? It's like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? What am I not getting right? But we'll see. We'll see what needs to happen. Yeah, I mean, he's just saying the show is like every title, dumb and awful and boring. This show is garbage. This show sucks. This is stupid, angry and awful, funny and trash. I mean, it is what it is, man. I ain't hating. But yeah, that's where we are. Let's see here. Where the hell is gonna happen? What the hell is gonna happen with Gunther? I think Gunther's gonna be off for WrestleMania. He was supposed to fight Rey Mysterio. He's not fighting Rey Mysterio because Rey Mysterio is injured. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Oba needs to win. No ifs, ands, or buts. I agree. I agree, man. I'm so proud of Truth winning the tag belts as Ron Cena. I said it before, give him a serious run as Ron Cena. Royce Keys still not on the card. I think he's going to be in the tag match. Probably involved with that singer. He's going to be involved with Kit Wilson, probably The Miz, and Jelly Roll. We got Jody Bennett. Woo! What's up, Jody? How are you doing tonight? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. Honestly, you have more views as Alyx, man, when you were more negative. That's where the money is, unfortunately. People don't like neutrality positivity. Well, I'm not gonna be that guy. You know what I mean? That's not me anymore, y'all. I just grew up to the point where how I'm feeling is how I'm feeling. Yeah, if I don't like something, fine. Like, I'll do a rant video and I'll tear it apart. Fine. I don't mind doing it. But, like, nah, man. Like, you know, when I was the Lex man, this is going back to, like, pre-Just Alyx, so we're talking like 2010. Jesus Christ. That was during WWE's worst period. That was during the PG era. That was horrible. WWE is still technically PG now, but it's less PG for sure. Anyways, yeah, that was during the PG era. There was a lot of negative shit to talk about. Vince was in charge. The product was garbage. And, you know, I was doing rants on TNA, WWE, and, you know, I was pumping up Lucha Underground, pumping up NXT, and that was when NXT was really good, right? And then I was doing some, you know, I was doing like 100K and shit, but like, I don't know. It just feels wrong to start complaining, just to complain now, because everything that I wanted them to do, they're doing, right? Could it be better? Absolutely. I don't understand why 3 piglets can't be loyal to both channels. Well, no, hold on for a minute. I'm gonna stop you right there. Nobody is obligated to be anywhere. They can go wherever they want to go. Whoever they resonate with is where they should go. Clearly, CJax is doing something that people like. CJax is touching on a segment of the audience that doesn't like what WWE is doing. They think the product is absolute garbage. The product isn't great. I agree with you. Is it to the point where I should come up here and rant on it and say that it's awful and say that it's stupid? No. It's not that bad. And I also don't want to be that creator that's just gonna pop up and say, I hate this show, give me, you know, and take on this role that I had to take on to get people to, no, that's, because then you build an audience off of that, and then the audience comes to see you for, and then I had to keep doing it to keep the audience. I don't think the show sucks. I thought it was bad earlier. Like, I'll even admit, like, the Cody Rhodes stream, when Cody Rhodes beat Drew McIntyre, and I thought that was same old shit, that got the most views that I've had in a long time. So yeah, it plays into this idea that speaking negatively about WWE draws the views. But that stream was natural, right? That was me looking at that and going, no, I fucking hated that. That was stupid. And so naturally speaking, I spoke out about it. People act like Vince was cooking. LMAO. The product is boring, but Vince had us doing meltdowns in front of the screen. People have short-term memories. Like, guys, as bad as WWE seems now, you don't want to go back to Vince. You don't want to go back to Vince. It was so bad. Did I see what Tom Brady said about WWE? I did. I didn't take it that seriously. He says, I would take on every single wrestler, whatever. I'm tougher than every other wrestler. I'm like, all right. Prove it then. Get inside the ring. You know what would be insane? WWE and AEW Forbidden Voyage of Triple H and Tony Khan went to work together. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. Did you hear Tony Storm might be out for the rest of the year? I did. I talked about that online. If I ever get a chance to talk about it on AEW, I'll do that. Yeah, guys, I don't know. You know, since y'all got me thinking about, I shouldn't have. Honestly, and I'm going to be honest with you, I shouldn't have went over to CJax's stream. I shouldn't have gone over there. I should be focusing on y'all, right? I don't go check out JD's or Solid Monsters or anybody else's stream like that, you know? I need to focus on me, right? I know. I'm just going to cut myself open, guys. I know there are not a lot of people watching me right now in comparison to others. I know if I started ranting on WWE, those numbers would go up. right? I understand what the climate is looking for. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't enjoy the product. There's a lot of things that they're doing that I do like. And I'm not going to come up here and just rip on it and tear it to shreds and say that it fucking sucks just to have an audience. Because then that audience is going to expect me to keep doing that every single week. That's not me anymore. I'm sorry. So I would rather have an audience of 40 people who enjoy the show like I do. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Values versus Morgan picked up tonight.
Values versus Morgan picked up? You mean LeCare? I was like, values? I was about to say, I thought you was gonna say like values versus money, but never mind. You was talking about Stephanie Vaquer and Morgan picked up. Yeah. Uh-oh, we have a donation, so is Omar still here? Did he leave? Omar, we had a donation. You might wanna drop something here, because BW Rosa might accidentally just take the title. Lauren Bigg says, just Alex, you're the GOAT. I have been enjoying your content since 2018. Thank you. Thank you, man. It's insane they had Gunther retire Cena and AJ, and then now he's off WrestleMania. Again, like, to be fair, that's not his fault. Ray got hurt. Now, they could still do something, right? They could still have him fight Ilya Dragunov or something like that for the US belt. Maybe Ilya beats Carmelo Hayes and then we do Gunther versus Ilya. That'd be something different. If only TKO.
This is for you, Noel.
Noel Jimenez got himself a shout out. Omar Feliciano says, I'm still the king. The champ is here. Yeah, they could always still have Gunther fight Ilya Dragunov. We'll see what they do. They dropped the ball on Gunther's nuclear heat, yeah. King AJ's like, man, just $5. Come on, man. That's all you got. Drop a little bit more. Put a little bit more on that steak. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Should I just start ranting on WWE? Should I just start saying the entire show sucks? Because I look, it would get people in here. But see, here's the problem. Here's the problem with me doing that. You all would know I'm faking. Right? You all would know I'm doing it for clicks. I'm doing it for views. And you know that's not how I honestly feel. I'm not doing it, y'all. I'm not doing it. Live by the sword, die by the sword. The channel could literally just have 55 people. If that's the case. I would rather be me. Would rather do me, be me, than act fake. Right? It's just not what I'm gonna do. I don't, what do you call that? Rage baiting? I don't like rage bait content. You guys will know when I don't like something. Because half the time, what I don't like, you don't like. We have that vibe. Because I built this audience based off of where I am now. Right? So, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to find a reason to hate on something just to hate on it. Because I don't hate on it. Could the product be better? Absolutely. 100%. But, yeah. Anyways. Maybe we'll get 3 Diglets in a future stream. Maybe when A and B Combos comes back, he'll pop back over here. But don't do me a favor. Don't go over to C-Jax's stream and give Three Diggers a hard time for not showing up. He's welcome to come and leave wherever he wants. Nobody is obligated to donate to me. Nobody is obligated to support the channel. Those who do, whether it's $1, $2, or $5, I'm grateful for that, right? The onus is on me to create the content that people want to see. Right now, what's popular is shitting on WWE. Clearly. Shitting on WWE, which is what I used to do. As the X-Man. Right? As the X-Man, that's what I would do. But see, back then, there was shit to shit on. Right? The product was terrible. Product isn't great either. But is it at that point where I'm shitting on it every single week? No. I'm giving you fair commentary. I'm not going to shit on the show just to shit on it. Not anymore. If it's terrible, fine. So that's where I am. I want to have the audience that appreciates me for where I am and what I am. Not the rage baiters, because I've been here long enough. I've met the rage baiters. Not saying C-Jax is a rage baiter. Not saying that that's who he is. I don't know. What do y'all think I should do? Should I just go back to ranting? Finding reasons to hate on it? And just shit on it for the sake of it? You're going to say no. I know you are. Here's my dream matches for Mania. Usos versus Penta for the tag titles. You mean Penta and Ray? Ray Phoenix. Penta and Phoenix. Trick Williams versus Melo for the US belt. Dragunov versus Gunther. AJ versus Moose. TNA match. Who's the TNA World Champ? Isn't that Mike Santana? An AEW wrestler at WrestleMania. Wow. Electric Cool. No. He says, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be me. Don't worry. But man, that is discouraging though. You know, all this time I was thinking that the content that I need to start making is, you know, just follow the SEO, make sure the title is engaged. No, just need to shit on the product. Say that it's garbage. Be something that I'm not. That's discouraging, man. That's discouraging. Just gonna be real with you. Oh well. If the channel goes out, I go out as me. I will only shit on the product if it's worth shitting on. If I feel like it's worth shitting on. And I'm not going to do it to bait people. You know what I mean? There it is. That's the video. Thank you all so much for being here. Omar Feliciano retains with $5. He will defend the belt next week, Madison Square Garden. That will be the final Monday Night Raw of March, and then we are 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. It's gonna come before you know it. Thank you all so much for being here. As you follow out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time. Right here in Alyx's World. That place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.